everyone, my name is Longjam Susil Kumar. I am an English teacher and I will be teaching class 11 and 12 general English. When he was younger and fallen sick, he here referred to Muhammad. When he was younger and fallen sick, everyone in the neighborhood had come to ask after his health. Yes, when Muhammad was young, when he was very popular as a kite maker, everyone were very much concerned of Muhammad. Whenever he fell sick, people came to visit and ask his health. But now no one comes to ask his health. Now, when his days were drawing to a close, when his days were drawing to a close means when he becomes old, or his days actually for living, his days to live has shortened up. That means when he becomes very old and when he is about to die here, no one visited him. This is a very unfortunate part on Muhammad when he becomes very old. Ko mahakna naha oringai matamdadi naba matamda leiriba mayamduna leminariba mayamna mahaki haksangi phim hangbala ami adubu hazikti mahaki numitna tenjal abada habadi punsina tenjal abada kanamtana mahakku unabibala amdre habani. Most of his old friends were dead. His sons had grown up. One was working in a local garage. The other had stayed in Pakistan where he was at the time of partition. So, why people did not visit Muhammad, I have already explained in the previous paragraph also. Here again, the explanation, we have an explanation here. Because most of Muhammad's friends were dead. And Muhammad had two sons, grown-up sons. Actually, one was working in a local garage. Unfortunately, the other one actually stayed in Pakistan where he was at the time of partition. Here, partition refers to the partition of Pakistan and India. When India got independent at that time, India and Pakistan were divided into two countries. So at that time his another sons live in Pakistan, and since then he has been living there. He did not come back to India. So Muhammad is living with one of his son. Adana stala ise mahaki masanu pasnu saure amana mahaki local garasta adu thabak suri amana Pakistan da partition gi matamda mahakna leigibadu dagi adumak leigre habadi he never returned to India habani ko. Now, coming to the next paragraph, the children who had bought kites from him 10 years ago were now adults struggling for a living. That means children who used to buy kites from Muhammad 10 years ago, now they are all grown up, now they have become adults and they are struggling for their living. They did not have time for the old man and his memories. So these people, these grown up people, this adult, actually they don't have time to spare for the old man like Muhammad or his memories, because they are so busy to earn their livelihood or making their living. Having grown up in a swift changing competitive world, they here refers to those people who used to come to Muhammad to buy kites 10 years ago when they were a little child, but now they are who are now already grown up. They refer to it. They look at the old kite maker with the same indifference as they shown toward the banyan tree. Here, indifference, the word indifference means lack of care or lack of paying attention or neglect, or to neglect something in a very simple English. So, people in Muhammad's place or in the gully, they did not pay much attention to the old man Muhammad. They compared Muhammad with the old banyan tree. As we all know that in the first line of this lesson, there is only one tree that grows in the strip called Gully Ramnath, and it is the banyan tree, old banyan tree. So these banyan trees are of no more important to the people living in the street. And here the banyan tree is compared to Muhammad, because Muhammad now being an old man, no one is paying attention to him. Not because they hate Muhammad, not because they dislike Muhammad, because these people are too busy to earn their livelihood or to make their living. Thank you. Hello everyone, Susil Kumar here. Let's continue the lesson, The Kite Maker of Class 12 General English. First, let me read out the paragraph, and after that let me explain each and every line in detail. Both were taken for granted as a permanent fixture that of no concern to the mass of humanity surrounded them. No longer did people gathered under the banyan tree to discuss their problems and their plans. Only in summer months did someone seek shelter under it from the fierce sun. So in this paragraph, both, B-O-T-H, both refers to Muhammad and the banyan tree. Muhammad and the banyan tree were taken for granted. Taken for granted means assume something is true without questioning it. So both were taken for granted as a permanent fixture. Permanent fixture means always present, that of no concern to the mass humanity. Mass of humanity refers to people that surrounded them. So both Muhammad and a banyan tree are both of them are not given any attention by the people living in the surrounding, even though they know, people know that they exist, they live, but no concern for them, because now the city is fully crowded, lot of people are living there, and as I have mentioned in the previous paragraph also, people are so busy in earning their livelihood, and therefore they don't have time to pay attention for their neighborhood also. And this is the reason why both of them, Muhammad and the banyan tree, are taken for granted as a permanent fixture that are of no concern to the people surrounded them. Now here, coming to the next line, here, no longer did people gather under the banyan tree. That means the banyan tree once, actually under this banyan tree, people used to gather there to discuss their problem or to discuss their plan. It serves a purpose in the past, but now no one gathered under this tree, and no one is paying attention to this to the banyan tree, except in a hot summer days. Some people seek shelter from the hot suns or a fierce suns. So this shows that Muhammad and the banyan tree are compared in this paragraph, and both of them are of no concern to the people living around them. Now let me come to the next paragraph. But there was, of course, the boy, his grandson. Yes, for Muhammad, there is a reason to be happy. The reason for Muhammad to be happy is his grandson. And another thing is, it was good that his son walked close by, and he and his daughter-in-law could live in Muhammad's house. In the previous paragraph also I have mentioned that Muhammad had two sons. One is staying with him, the other one had stayed in Pakistan at the time of partition. So it is good that one of Muhammad's son is walking close, and he is staying with him along with his daughter-in-law. It gladdened his heart. Gladden means actually to feel glad or happy. His heart to watch the boy at play in the winter sunshine, growing under his eyes like a well-nourished sapling putting forth new leaves each day. Here actually for Muhammad, watching his little grandson growing up day by day in front of his own eyes make him happy. It actually gladdened his heart. And here his grandson Ali is compared to a well-nourished sapling. Here the figure of speech used is simile. We call it simile. Here sapling means young tree. Putting forth new leaves each day means growing up, expanding its leaves and the branches every day. So this paragraph in brief means that Muhammad actually is happy to see his little grandson Ali growing up under his eyes. And as I have already said, here Ali is compared with a young plant. So here in Manipuri explanation also, I will also explain in Manipuri. As I already said, I will be using bilingual since this is literature. Hoi, angang mahaki masa masu nupadumak ti lady. aduga Muhammad ki lai marai bu phaba mana mahaki masa nupa ama mahaka nakna mahaki manakta nakna thabak tawba amadi mahaki masa nupa amadi mahaki mamung nupiga yum amada da lemina buduna mahaki aphaba madi oiri aduga mahaki masa nupa duna mahaki masu nupa alina ko mahaki miyeng makhada nomo nomo gi chawkhala iba inkhala iba chawkhala iba pambi emugum magi miyeng makhada sana jaduna chawkhalak po hogolak po ubda Muhammad ki thamoi do penjerami chawthok serami habani. Now coming to the next paragraph, there is a great affinity between trees and a man. Affinity means here similarity. So according to Ruskin Bone, the author, there is a great similarity between trees and a man. Let us find what are the similarities. In the next line, they grow at much the same pace. Pace means here speed. That means man and a tree, they grow at the same speed. If they are not hurt, but the condition is if they are not hurt or stopped or cut down. So man and tree, they both grows at the same speed. In their youth, they are resplendent creature. Resplendent means here beautiful and a bright creature. This is also very true. That means when we are young, when human beings are young, even the trees, they look bright and beautiful. In their declining years, here declining years means coming to an old age or when they become old, they stoop a little. Stoop here means bend. Then the next line is they remember their past. They strays their brittle limbs. Brittles here means easily breakable. Okay, they strays their brittle limbs in the sun and with a sigh. Sigh means deep breath or breathing with sound. Set their last lip. Here set means release their last lips. Lips here is for the tree, but for the man it means their last breath. They took their last minute breath. This is how the tree and the man dies, and this is how the tree and the man grows up. So these are the reason why the author said that there is a great similarity or affinity between trees and man. Muhammad was like the banyan. His hands knelt. G-N-A-R-L-E-D is G should be silent and it should be pronounced as knelt, and twisted like the roots of the ancient tree. Here in this paragraph, in the first line of the paragraph, the author compare Muhammad with banyan, and the figure of speech used in this paragraph is simile again. Here Muhammad is compared to a banyan tree. Now his hands are knelt and twisted like that of the root, like the root of the ancient banyan tree. Now the next line, Ali was like the young mimosa planted at the end of the courtyard. Here Ali, Muhammad's grandson, is again compared with a young mimosa plant. Mimosa actually is a flowering plant. Actually, it is a very beautiful flower, yellow color flowers. So here Ali, the little boy, is again compared with mimosa plant that is planted at the end of the courtyard. Here again, the author is using the figure of speech simile. Simile is used in this line again. In 2 years, both here B-O-T-H, both refer to Ali and mimosa plant. Okay. Both he and the tree, here he is Ali and the tree here refers to mimosa plant, would acquire the strength and confidence that are the characteristic of youth. So in coming 2 years, Ali as well as the mimosa, they will grow and they will have the strength and the power that are the characteristic of youth. So here let me explain in Manipuri again. Muhammad ti hairiba khongnang pambi dugumle habani seasonary simile ni like asina compare to pani different yamna different over pot ani se mahaki khong khut ado khut ado konsalami thekchalami ka aduga lireba khongnang pambi gi maragumna haibani amaromdana ali duna makhoi gi sumangi kachinda thari baduma mimosa pambi duga manarami haibani sida simile ni seasonary se figure of speech se ka aduga mathangi line in both years in 2 years sahi ani gi manungda both he and the tree haibani sida lai ali amadi haiba mimosa pambi do akoigi inkhalakkpagi oiba aduma laibam thokpa matik mangan ga loinana inkhalagani chaukhalakkani haibaduni author sina mafam haiba paragraphs ta mahangna explain tori biseko now okay now let me come to the next paragraph the voices in the street grew fainter means here weaker and Muhammad wondered if he was going to fall asleep and dream as he so often did of a powerful, beautiful kite resembling the great white bird of the Hindus, Garuda, god Vishnu's famous steed. Steed means animal that is used for a ride. So let me explain this line. Now Muhammad could hear the voices coming from the street very weakly. Why? Because here, let me explain, Muhammad in fact here at this part of the story, he is starting to lose all his senses. But Muhammad, he wondered, not knowing this, Muhammad wondered that he is going to fall asleep and dream one of his favorite dream, that is of making a beautiful, powerful kite that is similar to the white bird of the Hindus, Garuda. Here, a reference is taken from Hindu mythology. In Hindu mythology, God Vishnu has a steed. Steed means an animal used for riding. And for Lord Vishnu, Garuda or this white bird is his steed. So Muhammad dreams. His favorite dreams is of making a very beautiful and powerful kite that is very similar to that of Garuda of god Vishnu's famous steed. Now coming to the next line. He would like to make a powerful new kite for his little Ali. He had nothing else to leave the boy. Yes, Muhammad actually wants to make a very wonderful new kite for his little grandson Ali. The reason why is because he had nothing else to leave the boy after he died. Therefore, he wants to make a wonderful new kite. Here, wonderful new kite. What kind of kite? If such question is asked, then the previous paragraph should be the answer. A beautiful, powerful kite resembling the great white bird of the Hindus, Garuda, god Vishnu's famous steed. This should be the answer of the question. Now coming to the next line, he heard Ali's voice in the distance. Distance means here far. Did not realize that the boy was calling out to him. The voice seemed to come from very far away. As I have already said, here at this part of the story, Muhammad the old man, he started to lose all his senses. In a sense, he is nearing his death. So he could hear the voice of his little grandson from a distance, but in fact, the boy is calling from very near distance. Now, let me come to the next paragraph. Ali was at the courtyard door asking if his mother has returned from the bazaar. When Muhammad did not answer, the boy came forward repeating his question. As I have already said, Ali was calling out to his grandfather from the courtyard door that is very near, but Ali could hear the sound very weakly, and he thought that the sound actually seems to come from a very far off distance. The reason I have already explained, he is losing his senses. Now, the boy, since Muhammad did not answer, the boy repeated his question. The sunlight was slanting across the old man's head, and a little white butterfly was perched on his flowing beard. Here, at this point, at this part of the story, actually, the author adds some extra explanation so as to make this paragraph more meaningful and more beautiful. It also described, the author also described the setting of this story at this part of the in this part of the story. So the sun ray was slanting across the old man's head, actually falling on his head, and a small white butterfly was perched means here seated on his flowing means long and a loose beard. Why the author is bringing in the white little butterfly in this part of the story, there is no definite reason for this, but just to make the story more meaningful and more beautiful when we read the story. Now, Muhammad was silent. When Ali put his small brown hand on the old man's shoulder, he got no response. Now, since Muhammad was silent, Muhammad did not give any response to Ali. Ali actually touched his grandfather on the shoulder, but still there was no response. The boy heard a faint sound instead of response. The boy, Ali, heard a faint sound. Faint means here very weak sound, like the rubbing of marbles in his pocket. This sound, a faint sound like the rubbing of marble in his pocket, maybe the last minute breath of Muhammad, or mahaki aroiba sor honbo oibasu yai haina koina interpret the way as per the expression is concerned. Masigi matungi nadiko. Suddenly afraid, Ali turned and moved to the door, and then ran down the street shouting for his mother. Since there was no response from his grandfather, Ali, the little boy, was afraid, and therefore he moved out and then ran down the street calling for his mother. And the last line of the story is, and in the banyan tree, a sudden gust of wind caught the kite and lifted it into the air, carrying it far above the struggling, sweating city into the blue sky. And in the last line, we find that Ali's kite that was caught in the branches of the banyan. This very line we have in the first part of the story. Ali's kite that was caught in the branches of the banyan tree was liberated by a sudden gust of wind, and the wind carried it up above high in the sky into the unknown blue sky. This line, last line, is very symbolic. It's quite symbolic. The liberated kite symbolizes the passing of Muhammad or his soul from this world. Mahaki last line yam symbolic oi haibadi ngasai palamduna leiba telangaduna nungsit silakpadagi palambadudagi nanthokduna paiduna chatkibaduga Muhammad ki magi last minute ki magi thawaina magi hakchang thadokduna sangsardagi chatkibado anidugi yam phajaba kenoma yam significant oiba pot ama last lines da koina uba phange adunani. That is the reason why I said that the last line is very symbolic. Now, this is the end of the story, but let me give you some more points regarding the story. So the theme of this story, the kite maker, is the passing of an era, and the sorrows and sadness such a passing of an era brings along with it. In the story, Muhammad stands for an era, and his death represents the end of that era. Masigi theme moina nenak pamatamati hai riba ngasai story ji theme ji karino have the kite makers the orisi akoi gi era ma hogiba generation natraga era ma hogiba era sina hogiba matamsta maduna purakpa mi emada maduna piriba awaba adagi maduda nungaitaba phawbu sing ado adubuni masigi theme je aduga hai riba warista Muhammad masamaksna mahaki era ma haibdi golden past era ma represent tawi Muhammad na sigibaga mahakna leiramba era adugi aroiba oina akoina close tawbani wari se haina koina thamba yai sini ngasigi wari sigi akoigi the kite makers gi. So with this we have come to the end of the lesson, the kite maker. I am very hopeful that you all enjoy this story, and at the same time you all have understood this story very well. So see you in the next class. Bye everyone.